evening, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to another episode of Sports In. Thank you for joining us. On the panel with me tonight, I have Godwin Eki. Godwin, thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure, Shane.
Well, it's been a very busy weekend for sports. Now let's take a look at what's coming up on the program tonight.
Coming up on the show tonight, we take a look at the Tkatchenko Cup Grand Final competition for Super 9's Rugby League.
Well, for me,
Lae City Dwellers' first ever winning victory in the region. An under-20 handball team prepares for the Oceania Championships to take place in New Zealand in less than a month.
We have all that and more on the show tonight. But first, here's the look at our weekend sporting briefs.
On tonight's sports brief, the SPPNG Hunters beat the East Tigers 30 points to 20 yesterday at the National Football Stadium. The Hunters led 18-0 at halftime, then the Tigers struck back with 3 tries in the second half. But it wasn't enough as the Hunters scored 2 more tries through Adex Wera and Israel Eliab to feather the lead and secure the win. Hunters coach Michael Marum says despite the win, there were a lot of errors and they will be working on that before the next match. Tigers coach Scott Sipple also making the same remarks, adding it is always difficult playing the Hunters at home. To NRL, and the round 2 of the Telstra Premiership competition saw many upsets over the weekend. The first match of round 2 was between the Bulldogs and the Roosters on Thursday night. Roosters star winger Daniel Tupou scored 2 tries in the 28-24 win over the Bulldogs. Friday night football was a classic Queensland battle between the Cowboys and the Broncos at Suncorp Stadium. Jonathan Teston again leading his team to victory with a drop goal in extra time to secure the 21-20 victory, breaking the hearts of Broncos fans. The Knights' NRL campaign seemed to be going good so far after beating Titans 34 points to 26.
Newcastle should win, and after 300... Johnson.
The Rabbitohs, though without captain Greg Inglis, managed to make up for the embarrassing loss last weekend to the Tigers after a comfortable 38-18 win over the Sea Eagles. On Saturday night, the Raiders got badly hammered by the reigning premiers, the Cronulla Sharks, going down 42 points to 10. The West Tigers were embarrassed 36 points to 2 by the Panthers, and the Eels beat the Dragons 34-16 at Wynn Stadium. The most intense match was between Queensland rivals Cowboys and the Broncos. To the Champions League, Lae City Dwellers opened Group C action and claimed the first ever OFC Champions League victory with the 5-2 win against Malampa Revivers. Dwellers and Auckland City FC will then battle for the top of the table spot in Group C in 2 days' time.
And Lae City lead by 5 goals to 2.
And to the inaugural JT Super 9's Cup, the 3-day tournament concluded yesterday with Team Rovanama walking away with the cup and a whopping 20,000 kina cash prize. The first runner-ups, the Mahuru Eagles, got themselves a 10,000 kina cash prize as well.
Now the SPPNG Hunters edged out East Tigers with 30 points victory. Tigers on 20 in their first home game, and here's what the coach for SPPNG Hunters and East Tigers had to say after the match.
First home game, so we still have a lot of mistakes in our game, and that's something we will really be working on for our next game and the upcoming game. So, but yeah, no, can't take anything away from the boys. I think they fought right through to the end there. So, and again, just a tough match against us from the East Tigers boys. I think they played all throughout. We had a 18-point lead going into to the half time, but I think they came back really hard on us in that second half. So, yeah, no, just again, both sides. I think there was a lot of errors, but in the second game, so can only go better from here.
We were still confident at half time, 18-0. You know, I just said at half time, if we control the football and put some scoreboard pressure on them, you know, it can go either way. First set of the second half, we make a break. Brody Croft, you know, runs downfield 60 metres, and if he holds onto the ball or hits Scotty Drinkwater on the inside, we could have scored probably off the first set under the post. So, look, we just again dropped too much ball. So if we can control the pill and get to our kick, you know, we're going to be a tough side to beat. So, and we were very physical. I thought we definitely aimed up in the middle there. The PNG boys are very strong. They come through the middle. They were a quick start of the game. We knew that, so they got the jump on us and got the points.
Outstanding performance by the Hunters team there. Congratulations to Michael Marum and his boys. It's the second win of the Intra Super Cup, and I believe there's more win to come, Godwin. Do you think so?
Yes, congratulations to Michael Marum for a good lineup. And so the boys started their competition this year, 2017 season, on a high, which is, you know, good for the team, and we wish them all the best in the coming competitions.
Definitely. Now moving on to Capital Rugby Union, ended its pre-season competition over the weekend. Godwin, you were there to cover the event, so give us a brief update on that.
That's right, Shane. Now, obviously last weekend was supposed to be the proper season, but then it was extended because of timing, and so many teams took part in this competition. And so last week they had the final pre-season match, and so this coming weekend is going to be the proper season, and there's going to be so many other new teams looking to participate in this competition.
All right, great stuff there. Anyways, we'll take a short break now, and on the other side, we'll continue more on Sports Scene. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching Sports in a three-day tourney that started on Friday last week for JT Cup Super 9's Rugby League. So 40 participating teams from around Port Moresby take part in the event, with the finals played yesterday, and Dini Rose Raiko covered the event. Let's take a look.
The inaugural Tkatchenko Super 9's Cup went to its finals yesterday afternoon at the Sir William Skate Memorial Oval. A jam-packed crowd turned up and witnessed the Robanama's A-game when they defeated Mahuru Eagles 28-18. Despite aggressive play from the Eagles, Robanama maintained clean play and impressive scoring abilities. After 2 days of battling their way through, Robanama secured 30 points as of Saturday afternoon, setting them on top of the ladder. Following Robanama were 15 other teams that made a cut after the day's elimination rounds. The semis and the grand final yesterday saw the Tarama Cobras collapse as the Rovers trashed them 22 points to 8. With that easy win under the belts but still waiting for a worthy opponent to face, the Mahuru Eagles and Aroma Coast took the field. The Aroma guys scored 2 unconverted tries. In response, the Eagles scored 3 tries, 2 of which were runaways. All 3 went unconverted as well. By the time the Mahuru Eagles faced the Rovanamas, the crowd was on its toes. The Rovers showed dominance early on with 2 tries that set them at 8 points lead to Mahuru Eagles 0. Minutes later, another try occurred in the Eagles' try line and it was successfully converted, and that gave the Rovanamas a 14 points lead. In the second half, 2 late responsive attacks from the Eagles saw them lurking behind with 8 points. Though the Rovers refused to go home without the grand prize, this time landing a try right under the goalpost that brought the score to 18. In the dying minutes of the game, another converted try from the Rovers on 24 points, and that's when the defense went up. But the Eagles fought and managed to trim down the margin with 2 more tries. Unfortunately, they missed conversions and the score was at 24-18 in favor of the Rovanamas by full time. Rovanamas walked away with the cup and 20,000 kina cash prize at the end of the day. The first runner-ups, Mahuru Eagles, did not go away empty-handed as they also got a 10,000 kina cash prize.
Yeah, thank you, Godwin, for that. Now it's time for a break now, and when we come back, we take a look at Dwellers' first victory at the OFC Champions League. Welcome back to the program. Now, the PNG Handball Federation is currently preparing to send the under-20 boys to New Zealand for the Oceania Championships, and we caught up with under-20 coach, and here's what he had to say.
It was very challenging for us when we went down in 2014. There was Fiji, Cook Island, Vanuatu, Australia and New Zealand also were in the South Pacific tournament, which we had. They were very competitive, challenging to us. But the guys, it was the first time for them for a PNG team to participate in the handball. Handball is an international game, so it's called it international handball. So it was challenging for them, and with Papua New Guinea, the under-20s really proved themselves, and we came 6th out of, I think, 14 South Pacific countries. So it was a very good result for Papua New Guinea in the under-20s, playing handball and coming up into that rank in the sixth place.
There's this games in Auckland. It's coming up. It's next month, April, and right now me and the boys, we're just gearing up for it. Training. We started our training November last year.
We'd like to go to do most school like class sports. Do that. So we've got all the schools already putting their submissions with their interest, and but everybody's been asking of the competition. When the competition is going to be starting, but we'll be looking forward to doing our competition. Handball, probably we're starting off here in Port Moresby first, and then we might gradually move out to the other provinces.
Yeah, Godwin, when is the championship going to happen?
Shane, the championships is only 3 weeks away, and it's a very short time if you actually think about it. Now, last week I was with the boys as they were training, and I spoke to their coach, and they've only got limited time, and things are going okay. But there are a few things that they need to fix up, like visa and passport, in order to get the squad to New Zealand for the Oceania Championships. Now, this is the 5th time, I believe, the team will be traveling to New Zealand under the watchful eyes of this coach. So everyone's really looking forward to the competition. Most of the players are new, so there's also plans to boost the competition itself in Moresby to bring along corporate houses to participate in the sport of handball. So everyone is preparing well, and I hope they come back with a medal or two, or hopefully win the competition.
Yes, yeah. And we wish them all the best there. Now, the Lae City Dwellers opened Group C action to claim their first ever OFC Champions League victory with their 5-2 win against Malampa Revivers from Vanuatu. Let's take a look.
All a player trying to run in behind your back four.
Lae City Dwellers were on attacking mode right from kickoff, pushing into Malampa Revivers half through running forwards Obed Bika and Peter Debinyaba Jr. The quick counter-attack from Dwellers in the first 8 minutes of the game resulted in skipper Raymond Gunemba opening the scoring with a superb strike.
Got the better of Ishmael Sam and Nariel Maliu and just rolled it into an empty net. That was on 8.
Revivers, however, responded with numerous runs into Dwellers' territory, stretching Dwellers' defense and keeping goalkeeper Ronald Warrison on high alert.
Oh, and this is a very good chance. Valentine Nelson across to help out.
Lae City soon responded. Peter Debinyaba Jr. capitalizing on Revivers' weak defense, charges past Ismail Sam and fired home his side's second.
Looked like a penalty, but it might not matter.
The celebrations would be short-lived as Revivers narrowed the gap in the 45th minute when Ronald Warrison knocks the ball into his own goal after attempting to save a corner from John Alec.
It's an own goal.
Dwellers will regroup in the second half with continuous charge down by Gunemba, and George Debenham proved menacing for the opponent's defense. Debenham's effort was rewarded by a cross from Raymond Gunemba minutes into the second half.
Goodness me! George Debenham.
Debenham was on assisting role again, sending Obed Bika through to extend Dwellers' lead.
Oh, and it's another goal, and it's Obed Bika.
A miscued clearance by Lae City Dwellers backline saw revivers Edwin Bai keeping his side in contention.
The cutback opportunity was presenting itself to Ishmael Edward, but he just... Well, his ball ended up in the back of the net somehow.
But that goal would be too little too late for the OFC debutants as Lae City Dwellers stamped their authority, adding 2 more goals to seal the match with a 4-goal advantage.
Quite amazing. Alex Kamen, within seconds of coming onto the pitch, has scored.
Yes, and there you have it. What a great action of football. Now, exciting news. Now, what can you tell us about the Lae City Dwellers, Shane?
I think their build-up preparation towards the OFC Champions League has been very good. They had 2 trial matches in Fiji, which they won both matches. And their previous match against the Malampa Revivers was definitely... they actually made history by recording their first win. In their previous OFC Champions League back in 2016, they lost all 3 matches, but they registered their first win, so it's actually a bonus and a step forward for the team.
Now, Shane, what is it that they did differently this time to win this competition?
Well, I think we, up front, their new import, the young New Zealand under-20 boy that joined the front, George Debenham, I believe, has supported Raymond Gunamba up in front in terms of attacking. I think they have more firepower in front, and like the opponent conceded more goals against us. But I think at the back line, we did the couple of errors there that resulted in us conceding 2 goals to our opponent. All right, thanks to look out for. Dwellers in Auckland City FC will then battle for the top of the table spot in Group C on March 15. We'll take another short break now, but do join us on the other side as we talk about PNG to host the first ever World Surf League in Medang, less than 5 days away. And Toya Whistle breaks national records 2nd time this season. Plus the Commonwealth Games 2018 update. And the Under-18 beach volleyball prepares for the Youth Games in Bahamas. Stay in tune.
Welcome back. You're watching Sports In. Now, PNG is only 5 days away to hosting the first ever historic event for longboarding in Medang Tupira in the Bogea district. Now, Shane, we only have 5 days remaining to this historic event. What do you think the expectations are?
Well, I think the preparation on the ground have been up to speed lately, and I think the people on the ground will be feeling a pressure to host the event. But the international surfing athletes will be arriving in Port Moresby, I think, sometime during this week. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Well, it's good to, this is one of the biggest events that PNG will ever host. And firstly, it's going to be outside Port Moresby, and it's going to bring to the country some of the best surfers around the globe. And we're looking at, 36 male and 18 female. It's an event to watch. So it's going to be massive.
Definitely. Yeah. Now moving on to athletics, PNG's very own sprint queen, Toya Whistle, breaks the national record again in the recent championships over in Melbourne, Australia, I believe.
That's right, Shane. A couple of weeks ago, Toya did break some records for the national. She's the current national title holder in PNG, and
Pacific.
Yes, in the Pacific, and she did break another record again yesterday when she competed in
200 meters, I believe.
200 meters, that's right, in Canberra. But unfortunately, she came second, leaving behind Morgan Mitchell, who's also an Olympian of Australia. So that's something. Toya has started her 2017 season on a high, and she's looking forward to attending the World Championships in July. Definitely. Also,
going all these trials will be leading up to the Commonwealth Games in 2018. And there will be a few international events which Toya will be attending. The other one is the Oceania Championships in Fiji, I believe so.
Well, that's right. Toya has so much competitions to attend, and all this is, a progress towards her, like I said, World Championships, and hopefully she qualifies, which I believe she will. So preparations are going well for Toya Whistle.
Yeah, and in that particular event, Toya did not qualify for the World Championships, but she still has other event which is will be treated as a qualification for the World Championships, and this one at Fiji will be her chance to actually make the qualifying time.
That's right, Shane.
All right. Also, the Youth Commonwealth Games in 2018. Sorry, Youth Commonwealth Games which our under-18 squad will be attending in Bahamas. Goodwin, what can you tell us about that?
So under-18 volleyball team, they're currently very busy. Like if you've been at the Ella Beach over the weekends, you'd see them play, sweat their guts out just to make the squad for the under-18 men's side to go to the Bahamas. And so preparations are going really well. President Killer Dick is communicating currently with the PNG Olympics Committee to get everything sorted and make sure that our junior team travels to the Bahamas. Now, apart from this, the senior players are also in preparations. They've already started their competitions for overseas championships. All this is going towards the qualification for Commonwealth Games 2018 in Gold Coast. So it's a very hectic times for beach volleyball in the country right now.
Definitely it is.
Now that's all we have time for, but not to worry, join us again same time next week. If you've missed this episode or any of our previous episodes, you can go to EMTV Online and catch up on all the latest in sports.
And if you have any sports-related stories or events you'd like us to feature on the show, you can send us an email to sports@emtv.com.pg. Until next time, you all keep it safe. Good night, Papua New Guinea.